Hey everyone, Dragon of These Blue once again bringing you to yet another episode of Naruto Fails of the Week. Once again, there aren't going to be that many fails this week because it's pretty much just flashbacks again and again, but I will be pointing out a few key things, and I will be giving Kishimoto, if he's listening, or for any young writers, how to use flashbacks properly, because I think they could have been used a lot better throughout the entire series, and since I really don't have any other fails to talk about this week, I will be able to explain to you a few things, so hopefully that will go over well. Anyways, guys, let's get on with it. This is Naruto Fails of the Week, Week 73, Chapter 607, I Don't Care. Ooh, put your hands in the air. Ooh, like you just don't care. Yeah, S Club 7 anybody? Yeah, I'm fucking old school. Bring it on, bitches. Get on my level. Alright, let's start off by going over the quick fails because I want to really talk about the flashbacks because that's pretty much a better thing to actually listen to than the fails every week because it gets repetitive. Then again, the flashbacks are a huge fail, but we already know that old song. The first fail, once again, is that Obito still hasn't realized there's probably something else regarding Gurin's death, that Kakashi killed her for a very important reason, not for whatever he's thinking about. But the second one is the one I really want to talk about. Kishimoto constantly contradicts himself all the time, especially revolving around the Kyuubi. And at first we thought Kurama attacked because he was angry. Then it shows us that he's actually within Kushina and then released when the child of Naruto was about to be born. Which I'm still waiting for a convincing explanation for, by the way. But now, in this chapter, it seems to show that Madara summoned him. Literally summoned him with a summoning technique. Really? Once again, you're changing the backstory. What are you doing, Kishimoto? Just fucking stop. End it and just stop, please. Who else is fucking getting pissed off at this? This is just completely stupid. I mean, you're worse than Marvel and DC at this point. We're constantly changing the origin stories. Just stop. Alright, enough with that garbage. Let's move on to the more interesting bit, which is properly using of flashbacks. Now what a flashback is always to just go back in time to show you some information that couldn't be explained because of the current situation, or to be used to remember something, like a certain event triggered a memory. For Kishimoto, he's been using it for years as just something to kill time. It's obvious. He forgot to explain this a long time ago, or didn't actually create a proper structure, so he's like, I'll just kill time now, and I'll just use these flashbacks to explain the whole fucking story. It's not convincing anybody, and it's all bullshit, dude. We know you didn't come up with a good story to begin with, and now you're just trying to kill for time to make more bullshit to make more money. Get out of the business, you suck as a mangaka. So now here comes the question. How could I, or you, use flashbacks appropriately? Well, for Kishimoto's case, since everyone already fucking knew who the bad guy was since the goddamn 5th or 7th chapter, I guess. I don't know how early it was, but it was pretty obvious. He could have just showed Madara, Obito, whoever he wants to choose as being the fucking villain, in an armchair if you would, and just thinking, constantly thinking. He doesn't even have to speak. We just see all these flashbacks and see him think, planning, calculating. That would make him a lot more interesting and more of a villain, wouldn't you think? And this works with any character too. Good, bad, animals, I don't give a shit, it'll work. And this works for anyone too. If you really want to install a flashback, make sure it's got to be either something that reminds them something, so a trigger of a memory, or to use it as an explanation. If you use it properly, flashbacks will be absolutely wonderful and people will love to see them. One Piece is a very good example of this. I won't say use flashbacks sparingly, but I will really suggest you to use them wisely. It's all about where you put it and what's in those flashbacks. One of the cleverest things I've seen people do is use flashbacks to only show a small part of it every time, then link it to make it a bit longer, like a dream where you're trying to remember something but it's just out of your grasp and just a little bit more comes back the harder you think. That is really good and I implore you guys to use it, but only after you've learned how to use it. Anyways, it's pretty much all the advice I can give you and there's no more fails to talk about this week, so that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. This is the Dragon of These Blues saying sail on and keep enjoying the fails. See you next week.